Hi Libra, this is going to be your September 2018 reading. Just a little apology on my part for the lack of readings, but due to, my health situation and hospital visits, I haven't had so much free time. So that being said though, this is your reading. Now, Libra, the card we've got here at the centre, we've got the Three of Wands. Now, to get to the Three of Wands, we've had to have come from the Two. And the Two is being at that crossroads and needing to make a decision on which path we now want to go down. When we get to the Three, our decision's been made, our path's been chosen. But now we're waiting to see results. Now we're waiting to see what's going to happen, how things are going to work out, what's going to take place. Some say with the Three of Wands, waiting for our ships to come in. But it can very much be a bit of waiting, a waiting type of energy here. But with the path still coming through, we've got the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. And the thing I always say with the Eight of Cups, and this is, my perspective, is that if we're dealing with a relationship here, we got 8 cups. 9 cups is wish fulfillment. So, we're not talking about a relationship that was bad, okay? That was all negative. There was a lot of positivity here, but there was always the 1 cup missing. So it may have been, where you always felt there was something lacking, something missing here. Now, sometimes the Eight of Cups can be temporary, somebody where you may decide to take a break. You may decide to have a temporary separation from somebody, some breathing time, some thinking time. But yes, sometimes the Eight of Cups definitely can be, a permanent break here, a permanent walking away from something. But it's still coming through. So, it feels very much to me as though, if there is somebody or something that you've had to recently walk away from, or indeed somebody has walked away from you, then it is still having an effect on you now. And it may be that for some of you, if somebody's walked away from you, then, the fact of it is maybe they was at that Two of Wands stage where they had to make a decision about which path. It kind of feels to me as well that we could be talking about how somebody may have made the decision to walk away from you. And that left you at this Two of Wands kind of crossroads. And now, as I said, a decision's made. You've had to go down a new path. But I do feel very much as though this Eight of Cups, it's still very much there in your emotions. Now, with the present, we've got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups can be about choices. But, I'm not feeling as though that's what it's referring to here. Because the Seven of Cups also can be about dealing with facts, dealing with, reality. Not getting caught up in illusions. And maybe that's what you were dealing with. Maybe you were dealing with somebody, maybe the other person, was like that. But I kind of feel that's what this Seven of Cups is talking about. I don't think it's talking about you having choices here. Maybe for some of you that is the case. But I feel it's more about the need in September to start to deal with the facts. And not allowing any smoke screens or, as I said, illusions to affect, any of your decisions. In the advice position, we do have the Queen of Wands. So this could suggest that there is a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who, you know, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, you know, but it could be that there is a fire sign around you that is there to help you, advise you and support you. But, you know, the Queen of Wands is somebody that is very independent. She's very fiery, she's very passionate, but she's very much able to take care of herself as well as others. And it may very well be in your advice position, you know, advising you that maybe this is that type of characteristics, that type of energy is something that's going to benefit you this month in September, for you to take on some of the energies of the Queen of Wands. In your environment, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a new beginning, a new start, okay? This is something new being offered. But, you know, with the Pentacles, it's something real. It's something tangible. It's something that can deal with our material life, you know, to do with our finances, to do with our home. Sometimes it can be about moving, going down a new path. As I said, an increase in finances, a new job, okay? It can mean, you know, it could be a number of different things for all of you, but the Ace of Pentacles there in your environment, something new coming through. Now, for some of you, this may have already taken place because, like I said, with this Three of Wands being here, it's now waiting to see, you know, how things are going to be. We've come from the Two of Wands where we've had to make a decision. But for some of you, maybe in this month of September, you know, maybe you've recently been at this crossroads. But in this month, something new is coming through. Now, in your hopes and fears, we've got the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands can talk about conflict. Again, I don't feel that for you because the Five of Wands can also deal with internal struggles. And I feel that's what it's more talking about with you. That there is some internal struggles going on within you. Maybe, you know, as I said with this Eight of Cups, whether this be somebody moving on from you or you moving on from something. But I feel that that's still playing a heavy part in this month. And maybe that's why we've got these internal struggles. That you know you've got to move forward, that new doors are opening up for you, but it may require you to have to walk away from something, or the fact is you've had to walk away from something. And I think I just feel that that's still very much on your mind. Now, moving down, we've got the Major here, we've got the Lovers. So the Lovers is talking about a personal relationship. And it talks about commitment. You know, how, you know, are you committed to the other person? It's dealing with commitment here. And the thing is, you know, to have that Seven of Cups there in the present moment, as I said, I feel it's dealing more with facts. You know, no smoke screens, no illusions here. You know, maybe in this month of September, it is a case of realizing that either, you know, that there may very well be a lack of commitment in a relationship. A lack of commitment maybe from you or from them. We've also got the King of Wands here. So we've got the King and the Queen, and quite often when I see a King and a Queen, especially of the same suit, you know, I do feel we're then talking about a couple, yes, and we've got the Lovers card here. So, you know, we're dealing with a relationship situation for the majority of you. Again, you know, the King of Wands is somebody that is extremely passionate, very independent. Again, very fiery in his character, in his nature. Yes, can be very loving, very caring. When I see a king and queen of the same suit, again, as I said, as well as talking about a couple for me, it also, for me, makes me, you know, like I said with that Eight of Cups, a relationship that wasn't all negative here, where it could be, you know, where both of you were on the same page a majority of the time, where there was common goals, common likes, common dislikes. If we're not talking about, you know, because the Queen of Wands, though, it has fallen in your advice position. So it's an advice here. It's, you know, advising you, you know, either to seek assistance in some respects from a fire sign, I feel, or as I said, it's asking you maybe to take on some of the qualities of that Queen of Wands this month. The King of Wands, though, it could be here to suggest that this is just the other person that you are dealing with when we're talking about a relationship. Next card, Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is referred to as the victory card. It is about having come through something that's been very challenging and coming out victorious. But the Six of Wands also can be a card of attention, okay, and wanting attention. You know, is it a case that you've been dealing with somebody here where there has been a lack of attention? Where you don't feel you've had enough attention and time from that person? Or is that the case that that's how they feel in regards to you? Now, your final card, we've got lots of Wands energy here because we've now got the Knight of Wands. So this Knight comes charging in, you know, quick energy, fiery, passionate. It could very well be for some of you that we're talking about a situation here whereby maybe the Eight of Cups is here, that you've had to walk away from a relationship. And maybe for some of you in the month of September, somebody new is going to enter your life, could well be a fire sign. Now, I've pulled two cards from the Psychic Tarot. You've got conflict and defeat here. Now, I'm going to read a little bit from the book about that card. The number 5 mental card represents significant learning and change, and how you handle yourself at this time is vital to your overall well-being. This card could relate to a lack of sensitivity in taking action or in response to conditions or situations around you. This need for sensitivity could relate to you or someone else in your life. See, you know, and maybe that's the case. You know, maybe if this King of Wands is talking about somebody you've been dealing with, maybe there has been a lack of sensitivity there. It's important to evaluate the cost and pain to both parties. Sometimes it's best to surrender and walk away if no answer or victory can be achieved. Now, you know what's with the Eight of Cups being there, it could very well suggest that maybe in the recent past you have been thinking about moving on from a relationship. As I said, the questions here in regards to fantasies and illusions, how committed you both are to each other. And maybe in September, this Eight of Cups is going to become very significant, because I do feel that it could most definitely be talking about either one of you making that decision to now move on. Sometimes it's best to surrender and walk away if no answer or victory can be achieved. Don't assign blame, become deceitful, or set out to get revenge, for this results in the negative energy becoming part of you. You are being tested on how delicately and gently you take your next step. And there is a next step there, Libra, because we've got that Ace of Pentacles there. Something new being offered, some new path to go down, I feel. Remember, everything in your life is an opportunity to learn and grow. Now, the next card we got is financial and material changes. Now, again, this is a number 5, okay? And you know what this card talks about, how in the month of September there's going to be financial and material changes. Now, some of those changes may be, you know, a challenge for you. Maybe for some of you, it's something positive coming through. As I said, coming back again to this Ace of Pentacles. You know, if we're talking about the breaking down of a relationship here, then obviously that is going to lead to financial and material change. And I feel that's exactly what that Ace of Pentacles is referring to. So Libra, that does conclude your reading. Thank you so much for watching, and next weekend I am hoping to start some ex-partner readings. Thank you so much and take care. Bye.